1.
Hi, everybody. Dan Illman taking a look at the last Grade 1 stakes race in 2019. It's race number 9 at Santa Anita on opening day Saturday, and it is the Grade 1 Runhappy Malibu Stakes, 3-year-olds going 7 furlongs. Before you handicap the Runhappy Malibu Stakes, you want to head over to DRF.com, especially the shop area. You get 25% off the entire store. Shop.drf.com is where you need to go. Please use the code DRF2020. Let's meet the field for this year's Malibu. We got a big name in here at 4 to 5. That's the 5 Omaha Beach, your Arkansas Derby winner, your Santa Anita Sprint Championship winner, your runner-up in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, turning back in distance for Dick Mandela at 7 furlongs. He's got 3 triple-digit Beyer speed figures staring you in the face. Not to be outdone is the 2 Complexity, last year's Grade 1 Champagne winner, and a horse that was 5 to 2 in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. So we only have 5 in here. Bob Baffert has 3. Bob has the 3 outside horses in this race. He doesn't have any of the favorites. It's a good addition of the Malibu. I want to see what the Timeform US Pace Projector has in store. Bob does have the horse expected to make the early lead, and that's number 1, Much Better. And I think Much Better is going to make the front. Not sure about this blue bar favoring horses on or near the early lead. I think the fractions are going to be quick. Much Better, I don't think, can set slow fractions. In the Gotham earlier this year, Bob shipped him to New York, tried to get him on the Derby Trail, and he just would not rate. He went 44-2, 109-1 for the half. He put everybody away, and then they put him away when the closers came coming, and he was exhausted. Much Better is better as a sprinter. His last race was his first race in about 6 months, and he ran just fine against older horses. This was a good prep going 6.5. He's on the lead right now, and he's going to just get run down by an old class master and Horse Greedy in this optional claiming race. Really no excuses other than the layoff. I thought it was a fine prep. He should do well second off the layoff. He won second off the layoff back in February at Santa Anita when they stretched him out to a mile. That day, he added blinkers in his second start of the form cycle. Baffert's putting blinkers on yet again, and he should be able to make the lead. I just think he's a faster horse than a horse like Complexity, who also likes to be close to the pace. Does he class up with these horses? Well, if you believe the Timeform US Pace Projector and you think he can back down the fractions to a blue bar scenario, great. He certainly has a chance to win this race. I'm just concerned that he's not of the level of Complexity and Omaha Beach. It's not like he's got to beat one of them. He's got to beat both. Let's talk a little bit about Complexity, who began his career just on a roll for Chad Brown. Gate-to-wire winner in his first 2 starts, including a really good-looking effort in the Grade 1 Champagne where he beat a troubled Code of Honor. And then it just fell apart for him in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. He was dreadful. He came out of that race with sore shins, and I mean really sore shins, because he was gone from the races for about 7 months, and Chad couldn't have picked a tougher spot for him to come back. It was the Woody Stevens wicked hot pace that day, and Complexity just didn't run very well. Got beat about 20 lengths. After that race, Chad gave him some more time. That's what's great about Chad. He's willing to give his horses time. He's got patient owners. And Complexity responded with this effort against older horses going 7 furlongs at Aqueduct. He prompted the pace 3 wide. He takes over. And these are some okay older horses. Solid optional claiming types. Not really stakes horses, but he really destroys this field at the end. Pulling away to win by 7. Beyer speed figure a career best 101. Chad gave him plenty of time, month off that race. He's got to work at Santa Anita, which I think is very important. The key is, does this horse need to be on or close to the lead within a length? Because I think Much Better is much faster, and Complexity might be in chase mode. And if they're going fast and Complexity is chasing, now Complexity is sort of caught in a darned if you do, darned if you don't situation where you got to reel in Much Better. And you got to pick the right time to do it, because here comes Omaha Beach in the closers. I respect this horse immensely. I think he is the likely alternative to the favorite, and I think he could have a very big 2020 if he is able to stay sound for Chad Brown. Maniwa is the number 3. This horse is going into the Baffert barn for the first time. He was trained by Wayne Catalano, and this is a horse that, again, they got a little bit of Kentucky Derby fever with him after he was 3rd in the LeCompte, and they ran him in the Risen Star, and then they ran him in the Pat Day Mile, and finally Catalano gave him a break. Ever since they've run him in dirt sprints, he has been fine again, because that's what he wants to do. He won 2 starts back at Churchill Downs, and last time out in the Steel Valley Sprint, he tried hard. Here's the Steel Valley Sprint at Mahoning Valley. We see him down towards the inside in the teal silks. He's in the 2 path. And he's going to try to ease out and get himself a run here. Now, This pace, again, is falling apart. They went fast. He's splitting horses right now. And he's on his wrong lead, and he's going to continue to split in the teal and the green hat, and he's just going to miss. He actually ran really well in this race. 95 Beyer speed figure. I wish he was a bit more professional. I wish his lead changes were a bit smoother. He's now with Baffert. Baffert got a 5 furlong work into him the other day. He is a horse that doesn't have speed. If the pace projector is right in this short field, he's in trouble because he's got to prove his class and he's got to do it if the pace isn't fast. I think the pace will be solid. The question is he good enough? Maniwa, I've always liked sprinting. This might be a little too tough for him. Roadster goes out for Baffert. This horse won the Santa Anita Derby. He has credentials. He was 11-1 in the Kentucky Derby. Baffert gave him a break after the Affirmed. I thought it was the right move. He came back in the Damascus. He couldn't get by Favored Flagstaff, his stablemate that day. A lot of folks were down on him on that effort. I was not. I was willing to give him the race off the layoff. The Native Diver last time out, I expected him to be on or near the pace. Didn't break great. Midcourt got the lead. Midcourt made him pay. He was no good, Roadster. Not good at all. I think Baffert's trying to figure out what this horse is. I think he always thought he was a two-turn horse. Santa Anita Derby winner. Now he's turning him back to 7 in here, and he's another horse that might be at the mercy of race and pace luck. Yes, he has won sprinting in the past. I need to know where Roadster is from a form standpoint, and I'm not sure where he is from a distance standpoint. And that last race was just too disappointing for me, but he does obviously have credentials. And now you've got the horse to beat, Omaha Beach. Omaha Beach, after winning the Arkansas Derby, was going to be the favorite in the Kentucky Derby. And he had all kinds of problems that just delayed his run after the Arkansas Derby. He didn't run in the Derby. He didn't run any of the Triple Crown races. They were going to run him in the Pennsylvania Derby or the Ack Stakes. That didn't work out. They ran him in the Santa Anita Sprint Championship off a laugh, and what does he do? He beats one of the better sprinters in the country in Chancelot, and he beats him on the square, going a distance that could be short for him. Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, he's even money based on that race, deservedly so. He's widest. He got too far back in this race. He didn't break very well. He saved ground. He came about 5 wide through the turn, and Spun to Run, who just freaked out in this race. It's just got too big of a jump on Omaha Beach. Omaha Beach tries. He's going to get into second in here. And Spun to Run backed this race up when he came back to run second behind Maximum Security in the Cigar Mile with a 105 Beyer speed figure. That race Omaha Beach ran was legit. We have 2 horses on Saturday. 2 3-year-olds in Grade 1 races coming off runner-up efforts in the Breeders' Cup. The kind of ran carbon copy races where they were forced very wide at some point and had to reel in a horse that got the jump on them and couldn't do so. But they ran great races. And they're going to be horses to beat. And that's my top pick in the race. It's Omaha Beach. I just think he ran too well in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. 7 furlongs, I think, is the perfect tipping point for him. I think 6 is short. I know we can go a little bit longer, certainly, if the situation is right. But I think right now, with this outside post position, he's got options. If much better in complexity go, this horse should be sitting 3rd. That's where Timeform US has him. He doesn't have to lose too much ground. And I just think he's the best horse in the race. And I'm looking forward to seeing him. He's going to have a very limited campaign from now on. He'll be retired early next year to go to stud. That's a shame. I'm hoping to see complexity in 2020 do a lot of good things as well. It's a fun edition of the Grade 1 Malibu. I'm going 5-2, maybe Maniwa for a piece to make your trifecta in a short field. Roadster, we'll see what he gets off of a little bit of a cutback in distance. So I go with Omaha Beach, Grade 1 Malibu. Runhappy Malibu, $300,000 is the purse. 3 o'clock Pacific is the post. Best of luck.